don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good. She's supposed to be good morning, but good afternoon. Kevin Hastings, along with Zach May here today for our excuse me, episode of Weekday Shock Docs here on Friday. It's supposed to be at Mulligan's today, Zach, but we had a faulty wire, and we're gonna bring up some Mulligan stuff here in just a second. But I did just have a cheeseburger at Mulligan's, Zach, and it was excellent. And some lemonade. What'd you have today?
I had a club sandwich, some chips, and a sweet tea. So if you like sweet tea, today is the day to get sweet tea at Mulligan.
Well, she asked if it was too sweet.
I did half and half when I came.
I told her there's no such thing.
My son would agree with you.
As too sweet of a sweet tea. Let's see. I've got Zach.
I was gonna say that's what I was gonna try to do is pull up their Facebook page. They got a lot of their specials on there. That way you don't have to remember them off the top of your head. But
well, I'm trying
while you're looking that up.
There we go. Well, I had it found. I just didn't have the right button here for the folks. All right, I'm gonna pull this up for the folks. Lunch today, and this is exactly where we were sitting today, over here in this corner.
Yeah.
Enjoying ourselves at Mulligan's. And like I said, I had a cheeseburger, and Zach had you said BOT.
Yeah.
Thursdays are prime rib night, 14 ounce with sides, $35. Wing Wednesday, 89-cent wings, $2 Bush Light. Taco Tuesdays, $5 margaritas, $3 tacos. Mandy'd have a time.
They did a special margarita on Tuesdays. It's red.
Mm-hmm.
It's got I can't remember exactly what extra to put in it, but it's a red margarita, spicy margarita. That's what they call it.
How about a Saturday? Hand cut, lightly seasoned, and grilled perfection. 8-ounce filet for only $28. 10-ounce strips for $25. Includes a baked potato or fries and a side salad.
$10 off the normal price.
Proverb house wines are $22, $6 a glass. Dining only 5 p.m. until close. Make a reservation 704-482-4419. You can make reservations to eat there, or you can always call in, get it to go, DoorDash, and any other thing like that. Right, Zach?
Yeah, you can, and they are not private. Always remember that they're not private.
We'll flip through some. There's a picture of Zach
Big
singing.
Mike. That's Big Mike. He sings with us on Fridays.
There's the prime ribs and the wings and the Bush Light go through for some of the folks.
There's the filet.
Still at home, and the wine and the mixed drinks. You can see the beautiful
Mandy had that
course.
one. That actual mixed drink. She had that last week. It was very good, she said.
Some wings. Dinner
that is the tuna ahi tuna.
Tuna ahi tuna. Some cigars.
There's Scott. He does our karaoke on Fridays.
Beautiful view of the 18th fairway there. Wing Wednesday. All right, there you go. Mulligan's at Deerbrook, folks. Stop by. Give them a call. 704-482-4419. You are watching episode of Weekday Shock Jock. So Zach's joining us on Fridays, and we're going to have different things to go over a little bit and a few things that Zach will help us with on Saturdays. Saturdays, of course, 8 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. We have the Saturday morning sports talk with Tom, Terry, and Chip, and sometimes Zach when he's here and not. And so we're going to have that. Trying to pull this up right here. Here we go. And to get the link out to some of the folks today. Saturday's show is on the radio, not just YouTube only. So you guys can check that out. Saturdays, if you are out and about. For some reason, my pinky finger's not working on my type there.
Age.
I guess. No, what it is, I remember what it was. It's this keyboard, Zach.
Oh.
It's got see how big this shift is on this side?
Mm-hmm.
This side is a half shift. So I keep punching this stupid slash button instead.
Oh, yeah. I seen that come up a couple times when you was doing that. I said,
yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching you type that in.
All right, so I got that going now. All right, so here we go. Shock Jocks Friday. So we're going to go through some of the tweets today that, Tom might not like or agree with, and we'll go through some other stuff. But your thoughts real quick, NBA Finals. I I told you can't rely on a Duke player. Neither one of them won the MVP.
The one thing that stood out to me was, as you said it, we did the podcast last Friday. We was talking about the finals. We said, well, you can't trust anybody. They're going to be a blowout. There was 2 blowouts. Dallas blows out to win Game 4, and then there's a blowout to win Game 5, and it's not even enjoyable to watch. I hate to say that, but it's not competitive.
It's just weird about NBA. How like the further it went, it wasn't competitive. So,
but how can you blow out somebody the day before, like it ain't even close, and then and you come back and you lay an egg, and you would think competitive, close games, you're in the finals. This ain't like a regular season game where I can just lay it down,
So, going forward, everybody's talking about the Lakers. JJ Redick was just hired officially now after all that hullabaloo. So it just blows my mind, Zach, watching, the preeminent basketball. Like, would the Yankees hire someone who's never coached before?
No.
And they were on TV? They played. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they've hired anybody that hasn't been a player manager in forever. They used to have those back in the days, but like it's been so long. But the fact of the matter is, like, it's not like the Charlotte Hornets job, or the Minnesota Timberwolves, or whatever you want to call it. That's not a mainstream media market, and this is the Lakers, and they're begging for coaches, and they end up honing in on another one of. This is basically everything they can to keep LeBron in Los Angeles. Hey, here's your coach, so you can blame when you lose. He was an inexperienced coach. Is why, because the LeBronites are going to put that on their Twitter feeds. Well, he never had good coaches. He won despite the coaching, and that's going to be his thing. And so JJ takes his first job as the Lakers, where it's either succeed and it's because of LeBron, it's not because you, or fail and it is because of you. So I don't know how it's a win situation for JJ.
We've seen this
at all.
before. Luke Walton.
George Karl tweeted out, going to have a hard time not trolling these guys because Karl's a Tar Heel guy and not a Laker fan at all. So Karl was.
At least when they hired Luke Walton, he did have some coaching experience at Golden State, but he didn't last long. And if you go back to Kevin Durant and Kyrie, they asked for Steve Nash. So this is similar to a Steve Nash hire.
So let's see. With you not being here on Saturdays, I'm trying to remember what all you saw.
We did talk about the Kobe thing.
All right. What did you see?
We did see the one-on-one with Dr. J.
All right, and Joe Mazzulla. And I showed you
Hogan.
What about Darrell Armstrong? Did I show you that?
Yeah.
What about Caitlin Clark?
No.
So this one was for Tom. I was going to save it at some point. But Caitlin here is playing basketball with some children. And this little boy scores on her. Check it out. And then he gets help from the sister. Watch this. Jumper in her grill. And Tom don't think I'd score on her. She just let a 4-year-old score on her. Oh, goodness. Let's see. All right, Zach, watch this wreck right here.
Al.
Did you see the marshal?
I did. And the funny thing is he just acted like nothing just happened. He just kept walking. Look. He just turned around. Well, okay,
we gotta
I'm
watch
good.
this in slow motion.
He about lost his head.
Look at that. I mean,
how close to death. That's like a what's that movie? Final Destination.
Yeah. He hits the wall, and like, at what point, Zach, did he not turn before that car got there? He didn't. He was still facing forward when the car hits it.
He was, and look, it actually did a little bit hit him, and he just kind of chills on off, walks. That's the calmest dude I've ever seen.
Heck, if he'd have been behind the wall, he'd been worse off. I don't know what, if anything, hit him. That little black pole saved him. Whatever that is.
It was I was coming home from work yesterday. Made me think of that. I was right near your mom and dad's house on Stony Point, and somebody was mowing the grass, and he caught something, and it went right across my windshield.
Did it?
Dude, it was moving. If it would have went through the passenger side door, it would have hit me. It probably killed me. So that made me think about that near-death experience.
DeChambeau has more
Man.
PGA wins than Koepka. And
Roar.
no, DeChambeau and Koepka has more PGA Tour wins than Justin Thomas, Spieth, and Ricky Fowler combined.
I mean, Roy crapped a bed last week with his putts at the end, and I think he was so mad he just left.
Yeah, I don't know
2.5 foot.
or how I feel about the guys having to talk to the press.
You're not going to want to talk to the press after you miss a 2.5 foot putt on 15 or 16
at any time
when you were leading. So,
anyway, this is the Google had DeChambeau listed in 58th place on their list
for like rankings.
They had out in the tournament.
Oh,
so like they refused to list, the LIV players in the right spots. Just that's their little cute protest, and I don't know what good it did, but like you're looking for the leader on Google, you're going to turn it because you can't see who the leader is. Can't tell DeChambeau was leading. All right, Zach, got a brawl for you. If they hit you on purpose, do you do this? Whack!
well, that's the wrong dude.
So they going at it.
That's a little dangerous there, dude. Fighting on the field's different than assault with a bat.
Well, some would argue that getting hit with a 95 mile per hour baseball is assault.
That's fair. That's fair too. I mean, look like Sting coming down from the Raptors.
He didn't flinch, did he?
No.
All right, here we go. This is a good video. This is asking. Celtics fans, where did Jason Tatum go to college?
That's awesome.
Ready?
Do I need to hit computer?
Probably.
Let's try.
Bandwagon or Die Hard?
Die Hard.
Where did Jason Tatum go to college?
I have no idea.
Die Hard. Where did Jason Tatum go to college? Who would know that? Die Hard. Where did Jason Tatum go to college?
From Boston, Chinatown, USA, baby.
Where did Jason Tatum go to college?
North Carolina? Where'd he go?
Die Hard. Where
North
did Jason
Carolina.
Tatum go to college? Oh, shit. I don't like Tatum. Die Hard, dude. Are you kidding me? Where did Jason Tatum go to college? Why the fuck did I go to that?
Die Hard, see the ticket holder.
Where did Jason Tatum go to college?
Didn't go to college. I've been a Celtics fan for a long time, and I'm still a Cowboys fan.
Where did Jason
There's
Tatum go to
Terry.
college?
That I don't know.
It is
Dak
Terry.
Prescott go to college?
Ah, I can see the
All right,
jersey.
bandwagon forever. Where did Jason Tatum go to college?
Oh, trying to play me like that.
I'm a Die Hard.
I was born in Boston.
Where did Jason Tatum go to college?
He was an Iowa State Cyclone.
You got 27 jerseys?
Where did Jason Tatum
He said
go
it
to
so
college?
confidently.
University. Die Hard.
Where did Jason
Hey, little man knew.
I'm a supporter of that.
The kids
Where
always
did
know.
Jason Tatum go to college?
Where he went to college. Of course I went to
Respect.
Die Hard.
Where did Jason Tatum go to college?
Oh, Duke University.
Hey, good
Die
job.
hard, bro.
Where did Jason Tatum go to college?
Dude,
Die Hard. My brother plays for them.
Where did Jason Tatum go to college?
Duke. I played basketball too.
So there's your
She looked like she played basketball. She's tall.
there's your Jason Tatum Celtics fans. That's like asking Terry who his coach was. He wouldn't be able to name him. None. Zach, here's your good stat for now. We're just doing random sports now through the tweets. We'll get some fun stuff here in a minute. Zach, here is stat for you. None of the last 16 position players to pitch in a Major League Baseball game have allowed a run. None of the last 16 players.
That's because they're throwing emphasis.
If you were the 76ers and Lakers, you could have had Brown and Tatum.
I seen that the
Instead,
other day.
the Sixers,
Now, I want
Sixers
you to
went
look at that.
Simmons and Fultz, and Lakers went Ingram and Ball.
If you don't think that they're fixing stuff, look at the three top back-to-back
Mhm.
on a lottery.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen that the
No
other day.
Hornets.
Well, but they're the exact same three teams,
Mhm.
and they're big market team.
Mhm. So, like, here's my thing, though. When I talk about draft, I always say pick the guys who would win the one-on-one tournament. Out of those 10 people, who would you pick to go first and second in in a one-on-one tournament?
Out of all 10,
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram's a very good basketball player. I would pick him, and I'd probably pick Tatum.
And then who would be your third? Brown.
Yes.
So
Dunn's not a bad player either.
there's your. That's what I'm
But
saying.
Ben
So,
Simmons
like,
can't shoot.
So there's my draft. That's my draft hypothesis. I always pick the people who would win the one-on-one tournament, and the Celtics did in those two drafts.
LaMelo Ball, or not LaMelo,
That's Lonzo.
Lonzo. He's horrible. So
These are the 12 golfers that are under par. The first three majors: Bryson, Xander, Morikawa, Scheffler, Rory, Fleetwood, Cantley, Henley, Hideki, Connors, Lowry, and Finau. You have to make the cut to qualify for that fun stat.
another weird thing too, I know we backed off for basketball, but
Well,
talking about
we're
the
going back and forth.
NBA Finals. After Game 4, Celtics were down up 3-1, and Dallas led the overall points in the series. Is that not nuts?
Yeah.
They blew them out in that last game,
And that was it.
And
So watch the referees act here. Set up. It's funny how they said the guy that tweeted it said, watch the ref set a screen and then celebrate the 3-point make. So I'm gonna give you this. All right, sets the screen and then celebrates the 3. Is what they were saying. Oh, they're so silly. How they went down the court with his arms up, which is means in ref. That's a made 3. So it says he set a screen for the 3. The refs are cheating here. And then he celebrated the make. Poor ref. I don't know what he's doing in the middle of the court like that, but he got caught.
it's very hard to have two dominant ball guards to win a championship.
Celtics won the championship, and a few hours later, they got on a plane and went to Miami to celebrate. Zach instead of celebrating in Boston. So no celebration in Boston. The boys went straight to Miami to celebrate. And you wonder why no one signs with the Charlotte Hornets. And this is what we try to tell Tom and Terry. Like, guys, these young men want to celebrate where the party's at.
Yep, you got to hit your draft, and that's it.
Tiger was granted a PGA Tour exemption that will allow him to compete in the signature events. Was you here for this discussion?
No, I did see it this week though.
So what do you?
I didn't see y'all's discussion. I saw this.
So our discussion was like, I think, and it offended the other guys, that you should not only get exemptions in the major you win, you should get exemptions in the other majors for a certain number of years as well, and that'll keep. Wouldn't you love to see John Daly at the Masters, and the other championships? If I'm a champion. As long as I'm on the tour, I almost think I should have an exemption for all the majors.
It's the same concept as Caitlin Clark should have made the USA team.
Right. Would you ever have John Daly make it or Steve
The
Shackles?
right? Did you don't know who it is because
Timbuktu.
you're going to have people watching that, and and the same thing went with them leaving her off. You just your cash cow. You left them off the USA team.
I just don't know what, as far as exact amount of years, time, if I do lifetime.
Well, my goodness.
But like if you win the U.S. Open or the British Open or the Masters,
Did anybody
you should have it
fuss?
at least 10 years or something like that.
Did anybody fuss with Arnold Palmer walking down hitting shots at the Masters at 70-something years old?
Mm-mm.
No, they ain't gonna say a word about it. Gary Player.
Zach will like this joke. NC State is NC State the worst looking fan base? This was from a Florida State message board. Somebody said, "Wow, it looks like a cross between WWE fans and a plasma blank donors." So they're calling the NC State fans not attractive, is what the Florida State fans are saying. Zach,
Wow.
We'll go through those here in just a minute. Some charts. Here's your. That one is pretty neat. What about? How about this? Roger Federer. They've on the tower. I was going to save this for JP since he's a golfer and a Federer fan, but they've got him playing on the Tower Bridge, playing against himself when he was a kid and when he's an adult. So
That's pretty good.
Pretty neat little.
What is the one that he does? Who does JP not like?
He don't like the Djokovic.
Joke. Okay.
He don't like Djokovic.
That wasn't who Nadal actually was just retired basically from his last tournament.
Well, Zach, we like to highlight our local athletes, and then sometimes they make the blooper reel or whatever you want to call it. But here's Lincoln's Alec Burleson, former East Lincoln Mustang. Alec Burleson for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's not known for his defensive wizardry, Zach. I'll just put it that way. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
And this is to win the game, by the way.
He bobbled it and dropped the ball.
He bobbled it and then went to throw it and went behind his head. Ugh. We can't beat the Marlins. We're terrible. Not saying he'd have threw him out, but,
After he bobbled it, he still wouldn't have threw him out when he picked it back up and then threw it behind his head.
That was a total.
It's not as bad as Jose getting one off the top of the head for a home run.
He went Little League on that one. So that's a fun one. We're going to go backwards here in a minute. How about some head covers for you, Zach? Here's some Tiger and Scotty Scheffler head covers. Would you have those?
It's funny. I can't figure out what on Scotty's. What is the animal? What are they doing with that? Do you know?
That's a putter. That's a putter.
But I'm saying I was trying to figure out what
there's a goat there
with like a slash through it.
on Scotty's. That's a different one. That's a 3-wood.
I'm talking about the putter. I was talking about
that's the logo. Of
I see it now. It looks. I can see it better on your computer than. It's like a lightning bolt.
So, Bob McAdoo. People forget him. Like when we start naming the Tar Heels, we do all time starting fives and all that. And to me, he won MVP and led the league in scoring in the NBA. He should be the center. And he's a big dude. I looked him up. I think it was 6'9", 220, something like that. Rashid's probably a little bit bigger than him, so I would maybe go with them. But you got Worthy in there too. So you got basically you got Worthy and then McAdoo and Rashid. You have to decide who's going to play. You go the big man, but. Have you ever seen Daryl Dawkins?
Mm-hmm.
How big he is? I did not know Chocolate Thunder was this big of a man. Good grief. Now,
he was a good basketball player.
McAdoo's listed at 6'9", 220, 215, I think. And I think Dawkins is only at 6'11", 241. The Chocolate Thunder, Dunker of Thunder, whatever his name was. But he's a big old dude, Zach.
Yeah,
Does that look like a janitor?
No.
Does that look like our local?
Him, he reminds me a lot of Moses Malone. You know, body type, big guy.
All right,
not janitor.
All right, Zach, for $36,000, street legal, 2000 Monte Carlo wrapped.
They're pretty cool
with Eagle Goodyear tires. The Dale Earnhardt Monte Carlo.
Be fun to drive around on a Saturday or something.
$36,000.
It's a good deal. He just got his number 8 back. I don't know if you saw all that with his evil mother-in-law. He calls her stepmother. Excuse me.
We can't play the music to this, but this is a fun little compilation of runners.
Yachty.
Says forgot that Yachty was catching it, and watch him pick these people off from behind. These are the fun ones, the back picks, and the runners aren't. You expect, you're going to steal second, get thrown out. That's the play. But some of these back picks are just awesome. And that's where you get the extra outs from as a catcher, is getting those guys acting stupid. And these next couple ones are going to be just silly. Watch this at third. Look how far off the base he is. Boom. 1 step, 2 step, not even looking. Watch the ball go by. Got him. Throw to home, then watch the runner at first. Got him.
All-Star game. I mean, World.
That's
World,
the World Classic.
Yep.
Dude is celebrating his hit at first, and Yachty hoses him from behind.
You watch. Yeah,
Now watch this one real quick. Dude tells Yachty, no, I think we've seen this one before. Tells Yachty, no, you're not going to get me. He says, okay, go second. Watch it. How far he throws him out by. What you gonna say, Zach?
Yachty's when he gets up out of his stance, basically, he's got a real short arm. Like he don't have a big wind up. That's why he gets it down there so quick. Watch him. He's already there, right beside his head. Watch him. See, it's already out. He don't have a humongous wind up to get the ball out.
Always catching and stuff, why is my camera not coming up?
See how fast he does it?
It was just on.
Big
Yeah.
difference.
Always catching to me is how quick you can get that out. Well, those cameras are working. Why is our big camera stupid not working? See, if it's one thing, it's another, Zach. One
Technology.
Thing, it's another. There we go. Hey, folks, there we are. Quickness is way more important. They're teaching kids to catch on one leg now. If you're going to throw somebody out, you can't. I don't mind. Put it this way: I don't mind the one leg, but you got to throw them out from the one leg. You can't stand up and throw. If you're, I don't. I used to do it as a blocking technique, but not like I wouldn't just sit there on one leg like Benito Santiago used to do, because you don't have enough movement. When there's someone on, you need to be up on your haunches because you've got to move. But if you do have to go down on your knees, I don't mind people throwing people out from their knees. It's the matter. You just got to be able to make a good throw and everything. But I don't. The way they teach it now is just kind of weird with that. All right, let's go through some fun charts. Top 50. That's just stupid. Logos in college sports. Top 50 logos by I don't know whose opinion, but Wichita State was number 1. North Carolina, they just used the NC and then put them at 9. Like we're not gonna put the Tar Heel. That NC's cooler than all that stuff.
Right.
Put the actual Ramses. And listen, I'm not a
With
Wolfpack
Nittany
fan.
Lions
I'm not
either.
a Wolfpack fan, but I'm just telling you right now, they got the one of, if not the coolest mascot logos in college sports. Period. And they got them at 12. The Yukon Husky, I think, is pretty cool. He's got the light blue eyes. The Chanticleer, they can just kill that thing. Get him off their stupid fancy chicken. Where's the Mountaineer if you got the Chanticleer on there? Just stupid. Chanticleer. People don't even know what a Chanticleer is. Average price of a ticket in the NFL, Zach. What would be your guess? I guess this includes luxury seats.
That's what I was wondering if it had all that in it.
Average price of a ticket for every NFL.
$210.
The average is $201.
Close.
Good guess. Raiders is $433.
That's because they got that new stadium.
Panthers is $135 right now. Lowest in the league is the Cardinals. Saints, Falcons, Colts, and Browns are the 5 lowest. 6, 7, 8. The Panthers have the 8th lowest tickets on average in the NFL. Let's see. There's federal.
But you think about that. Okay, so let's go watch an average ticket price. Got a family of 4, $1,000 go.
Right.
After you get food and everything.
Right.
Paying the part.
All right, Zach. College basketball programs with the most NBA champions. College basketball programs with the most players to have won an NBA championship. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say definitely the Tar Heels.
They're number 2.
Trying to think who I'd put number 1 over them. UCLA?
Yep. UCLA's 1. Kentucky
I was going to say Kentucky next.
is 3. Carolina was 17.
Because, I mean, you got a lot with Kareem, and then you got Bill Walton on there.
So there was a time, and I can't remember the amount of years we had, Zach, but there was a time when Carolina had like 20-some straight years of having, or 50 of having a player that had won a title. So Michaels, of course, counted as 6 and all the rest of them. But I can't remember when the streak ended at all. But there was a time when it was 20, 25 years or something like that where there was a Tar Heel on every single national champion. Duke has as many national NBA Finals winners as Iowa. Do you believe that?
And I think that's come up in recent years. For a while, they didn't have hardly any.
Who, Iowa?
Duke.
What about New York University's got more than Duke? NYU's got more players that have won finals than Duke. Minnesota's got more. Oregon State, the Beavers and the Gophers have won more NBA titles.
Because you put
than Blue Devils.
You put Shane Battier on there. He got how many with LeBron on that Miami team, right?
Well, this isn't total.
So it's individual. Okay.
Number of players.
Okay.
17 Tar Heels have won a title.
I picked 6 for Jordan. That's why I was trying to get.
He's got one on this list. Is all it counts.
Okay. I was trying to do it that way.
All right. This is the most hated team by state. Okay.
God, I'm surprised Yankees ain't a lot of them.
I
guess because they loved. I mean,
it is. Who do you believe is the most hated team in North Carolina.
Phillies.
According to this chart,
Yankees.
the New York Yankees.
I hate Phillies. I like Yankees better than Phillies.
Phillies aren't hated anywhere. Cardinals are hated in is that Nebraska, right next to them. That's kind of weird. And Colorado, it looks like.
They pretty much got a big footprint in the middle of the country.
They're hated in Illinois, Iowa, the Cubs country. There's where they're hated. Cardinals, Missouri hates the Reds more than the Cubs. I didn't think I'd
There's
see
actually
that.
a bill that's come out, and I know we're on. But there's actually a bill that's just came out for Kansas to try to get Kansas City football and baseball to try to draw them there.
Yeah. The price of beer in college sports, the highest priced beer in college sports is at Tennessee, Neyland Stadium, $13. The average
Gracious, they can put 100,000 people in that stadium.
average is $8.34, and then NC State's is $9. Carolina's is $8, and Bougie Wolfpack. Best beer in America, Zach. How about the $3 beers at Texas Christian? Is selling the cheapest beer in America, and the Tulane Green Wave. The Chanticleer is at $5, and you believe Wake Forest, being a private university, is only selling $5 beers? That blows my mind. That just doesn't seem right. But so I just want to see South Carolina play the Gamecocks and see who comes out of that winter. A bunch of fight chickens. We got the fancy ones with if they're the fancy chicken, they're the French chickens. Then what are the Gamecocks? Are they just straight American chickens?
I guess they're the yard birds outside.
That's what I was like. What exactly is their classification? I'm unliking these, and I need these for Saturday. I shouldn't have done that. There's a 16-ounce beer prices at every stadium. We just did the tickets. Now this is the beer prices at NFL stadiums. So NFL stadiums is $9.55. Carolina's is $1 more expensive. They got one of the most expensive beers. Do you believe that? $10.50.
You had Tiger up there a minute ago,
This is a 16-ounce beer.
sitting in that chair or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But just got a question: if you're Tiger Woods, right? Let's think about this. And you have the ability to go into the PGA Tour Senior Tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you play the Senior Tour all year and then play the big events?
He's too dignified.
But I'm saying, couldn't they give him a ton of money for playing those? Because again, they're going to get viewership on those, and then the people that go into the area that he's playing in, it'd be astronomical.
I believe it.
I mean, is that not something that would be
Yep.
really cool? I mean,
How I don't even know how old he is now.
I think he's 51.
All right, you ready for this? All right, this is fans at the College World Series. Okay. Guessing what the mascots are.
Oh,
We've done
we've
this
done
before.
similar.
Let's see what they go with. Now these are fans at the College World Series. These look like Florida fans starting off. Let's see what they got. So, guess college teams based on their logos. The Virginia Jaguars. Let's see if Zach can guess these teams.
I don't know that one at all.
Is it not the Pittsburgh Panthers?
I've only seen Pitt on the side of their helmet, though. I've never seen their.
The Temple of Doom. Temple Owls.
Temple Owls. That is an ugly logo, though.
Zach, do you know who that is?
I do not.
It's James Madison.
Ah,
They're not the Bulldogs. It's the Dukes. But that's their mascot is the Bulldog. That's the King Bulldogs.
okay. I wouldn't have done much better on that one.
Texas. Zach, you gotta get.
Were they pulling these mascots from? I've never seen that either.
That's New Mexico, I think.
The Lobos?
No, then it's not the Lobos. It's
Aggies?
Texas.
No,
State,
that's the
Texas
Texas
San
Aggies.
Antonio. One of the. I think it's the Grim Reaper himself.
Well,
Zach,
that's
do you
a
know?
minor.
I think it's Texas El Paso. Well, I could be wrong too. Now I do know this one. Do you know this one, Zach?
Nope.
You don't know that one?
I don't.
That's the Air Force. That's on the side.
They need to
that's
put it on
the
the
side.
helmet.
That's,
It would be a
that's on
lot.
their helmet.
But I'm saying like they need to put the helmet up here. I think
Yeah.
it would look. I think it would be easier to identify.
Skull.
East Carolina.
She said the Viking skull. Like, how did she know that? But
Viking skull.
if she should know the skull part, she should know that's not the Vikings. But anyway, ECU Pirates. The Titney Lions over here. That's the South Alabama Jaguars. I know that one. I know Zach wouldn't know.
Don't know that
Did
one
you?
either. Did App play them?
No, yeah, maybe. That you gotta guess.
I've seen that one.
I'll give you a hint.
I've seen.
Tom Sinafani.
That's a Cleveland, Ohio.
It's in Ohio. It's
Yep.
Ball State.
Yep.
The Boise State Birds.
I've seen that from basketball.
The Countryside Cougars. Ah,
I wouldn't have done much better.
no. The Green Hawks, the Green Falcons, the Green Eagles, the most eagle we've ever seen. I think that's North Texas.
We had a discussion about that guy.
Yes, we did. Who is it, Zach? The
Western Kentucky.
I was about to say, the logo's on his chest.
I know it's Western Kentucky. I was trying to think what they called him though. The West Kentucky what?
Hilltoppers.
Hilltopper. Okay.
He's a hilltopper.
Well, we had a discussion about him earlier
All
in the
right.
year.
I'm going to brace you for this one, folks. This may be close to some of our hearts. Joseph! Joseph got called the Illinois
Now,
Lincoln Ears. I got to have something. right here
deducing,
about it.
rational deducing when you have no clue. That's a pretty good guess. It does look like Abraham Lincoln does.
The Illinois Lincoln Ears. I know people who have that tattooed on them.
And they just say, you got on a tape on your arm?
Illinois Lincoln Ears. There's the mountain. There's App State, baby. She got it right. The Dragon's Dragon Breath.
She hit that one. She knew that one.
She kind of got it. It's Oregon State, not the Oregon Beavers. Bitch. The Boogers. How about Tulane? You Ashbrook fans out there? See, I know a Huss fan who used to call them at Huss they call them the Fighting Gumbies. But the Boogers, I might be want to use that one. I don't even know what.
Sam Houston?
Yeah, it's Sam Houston. But it's Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking is a big,
He's dead.
yeah, he's like a evolutionist, a biologist, something like that.
There's the Houston Rainbows. So she was in the ballpark.
I've never seen that one now.
You don't know who that. You know who that is, don't you? If it's not Zach, UH Rainbows. Come on. Come on. Zach.
UH Rainbows?
Yes.
I have no clue.
Hawaii.
Oh. I was thinking Houston. We're good. You got me messed up with
Yeah, it
Houston.
says it on there. That's what she said.
Oh, okay. I see that. I Hawk Pelican.
The IHawk Pelican.
Bruh.
That's what happens when you ask a girl.
Just drinking.
It's a hotter version of the IHawk. The Arkansas Woo Pigs, right? So, there's your there's fans on the street. What's sad is people like that got tickets to the game, and people that like the real fans would really do anything for it, can't afford it, sitting at home, can't watch it. Here's Hawaii's new logos.
Yeah, I would recognize that one.
Rainbow Warriors is what they are. The Jeff Gordons is what they are. All right. So don't forget Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
We have Saturday morning sports talk, 8 a.m. to 10:15, 8 a.m. to 10:15, 10:20. Yeah, trying to see how long we've been on today. So I'm gonna go over our broadcast schedule as well this weekend on KDC Broadcasting. Braves and Yankees tonight and tomorrow, and then we've got NASCAR racing, of course, this weekend. NBA, we'll go through some of the stuff. See if Zach any news and notes he wanted to talk about. So you got, like I said, you got the NBA with Reddick, Monk stays with the Kings, Caruso traded for Giddey.
Somebody asked on one of the sports stations, does that make the OKC the best team in the West because they got that guy? Like, who?
Oh my God!
Like, really? He's like a seventh man off the bench.
You want to see the way too early power rankings? Where would you guess the Charlotte Hornets are going to be?
27.
We're just gonna flip through and just scroll to the bottom. Hey, 28th. Zach's you in the neighborhood. See what it says about us. God, it's gonna be awful. Probably. There's a fresh coat of paint in Charlotte with the hiring of Jeff Peterson running the operations and Charles Lee as head coach. Never heard it. Got a fresh coat of paint. Both will have to make a decision about their star player. He's not our star player, Miles Bridges. For the love of God, trade.
Oh my Lord!
Don't keep him. I just don't understand why this is even a question as far as him. But let someone else deal with him. Get what you can for him.
I mean, why would you want that to be the face of your franchise anyway? I mean, you got kids coming in there,
Right?
Come on,
just stupid. All together. So there's your NBA. Let's see. You can see some grading, some moves for your Panthers if they'll let us. No, probably won't let us because I don't have the insider on that one. NBA draft is this week, Zach. I didn't know if you wanted to look over.
I didn't know that it was that close, but it does make sense. Usually, 2 months after NFL draft. So, we've looked at it before. We know that is top heavy on European players.
Let's go with the latest from Bleacher Report. We've got France. Gosh, of course, it's in you got to read a whole page at a time. Hornets are 6. Let's get down here where they've got them. They've got Donovan Klingon. Is that Worf?
I don't know, man. Never.
From Connecticut. 7'2", 280-pound white dude from Connecticut. Don't do it.
Pro comparison, Roy Hibbert.
Roy
Hibbert couldn't move.
Why would you pick that? Like
He
top
was
6.
slow,
Like,
he
we have
couldn't
no other
move.
we have no other choices. There are plenty of guys who can dribble a basketball on this. Like, why are these? Give me a mock draft
Roy Hibbert.
that I could read. There's the consensus mock draft updated 9 hours ago. So they're saying Rishasher. I'm going to get the actual pronunciation at some point.
They got their
Like, I've never gotten it, so.
The Shepherd kid coming out of Kentucky, which wasn't the best player on Kentucky, at 3
That was like when Marvin Williams came out.
as a freshman. Didn't
From
start
North
for the Tar
Carolina,
Heels.
He was like second pick overall. Wouldn't have been the second pick on the Tar Heels, but he
No.
was second pick in the NBA draft.
Had a decent career, but he was a career backup.
This one's got Castle going to the Hornets. I would probably much rather have that.
What do they
I believe
say
he's a
about him?
guard or forward. Well, in the same breath, it scrolls down and says he's not going to the Hornets. He's going forward to San Antonio.
They didn't update their update.
We'll do whatever needs to be done, whatever it is on each end of the floor. A move on the ball could unlock another level. What does that even mean?
They're reaching. Like, all these guys, they do
Just
that.
pick somebody that can score. Pick a wing that can score. It ain't that hard. A wing that can score. Pick 5 of them. Start 5 of them. And I guarantee you, Zach, the Bulls. It's pretty much 5 wings for the most part. we took the center off the court, let Rodman play center. We put Kukoc in for
Mm-hmm.
whoever the center was, and you got Rodman playing center at 6'8",
Pippen out there.
and Pippen and Jordan and Ron Harper. Like, it's not like I'll take 5 good defensive wings or that as opposed to, well, let's have Roy Hibbert out here taking up space and not doing anything.
The thing
It's
about
just
the
stupid.
people forget about that Bulls team is they forget they were all lockdown defenders.
Yes.
Like the first 4, with the exception of the center, lockdown defenders.
All right. I know I wanted to get through some of that, and then had a couple more things I wanted to go with you on. Go over to your NFL. Here's the this guy. Here's the story of how to treat your stars. Zach Brown's defensive end crashed into a bistro drunk driving. Guy's never heard of in my life. If that's Myles Garrett, does he get waived?
No.
Just curious
They do some press political correctness to get them back into good graces and continue to let them play.
Let's see, got a few more things here. And there, as far as the NFL goes, I don't think the Redskins are going to do anything. Dak Prescott, $60 million.
Can't do it. I think it's huge. I seen it the other day. We got to quit handing the next player up the top salary.
So here was, that you brought that up. It is weird that it just happens that way, isn't it? No matter what,
They got to have them tiered.
So, yeah, that'll be a big argument, a big fight. They're actually have proposed, and I think this is stupid, a quarterback salary cap to where you can spend whatever. Basically, you can spend whatever you want to on quarterbacks that doesn't affect the rest of the cap.
All that's doing is hiding money.
Right. You don't think Jerry Jones would just pay $200 million?
Absolutely, he
for,
would.
for Patrick Mahomes or whoever it was. So somebody could just hire It's just weird how that.
If they shared the money, let's say this: if they shared the money equally, I know they do some revenue sharing, but if they shared it equally, they should be no cap on it then.
So here's some more comparison. Same number of games, pretty much the same home runs. Mizuno's got 15 more RBIs, slightly better batting average, pretty much the same across the board.
And
everything.
He is our DH.
But Otani's 16 stolen bases, that's their DH too. For some reason, equals more Zach than like 1.1 WAR. And this is what I try to tell people with the walks. See, it don't list the walks. It's funny it don't list the walks. They never list the walks when they do this comparison because that's me looking at the math, at the formula. I think that it overvaluates things like the stolen bases and the walks. They equalize them to the home runs. That's how they come up with the formula, basically, or the hits. So you have things like this.
It's like they did one on Willie Mays and Ken Griffey Jr. I wish I would have saved it. Willie Mays had like a 122, and then Ken Griffey Jr. was like 83. And it's because Willie Mays just passed away.
Mays only had one World Series win, and we talk about him, and the Bonds have none, and the Griffeys, or King Griffey has none, and the Molina brothers have more than all of them. This is ball four. Zach, is this ball four or a strike? I'll let you.
It's a ball. So if I was sitting where I'm sitting, it looked like a ball.
It was called a ball.
It looked like a ball to
And
me.
the home team lost their minds and are mad, and it started the biggest.
It looked like it was
controversy.
high. It looked like it was high inside and then dropped. I mean, it's what it looked like off the first. It looks like it come in high and inside and then drops. Yeah, that's not a strike. There's no way it comes across the plate as a strike. It about hit him. Now, where it ends up with the catcher's mitt's different, but I don't know if they come across the plate there.
Right. If it's coming across him right there,
Because he moves.
at worst, you're arguing. So my thing is, and I.
Maddox would have got that.
Well, yeah, the high strike, you can't call a high strike on a curveball. Like, you can call a mid strike on a curveball or a low strike on a curveball, but you can't call a high strike on a curveball. But I think it's a ball.
I think it's
a
right
ball
call.
too, absolutely.
And I'm not saying it was a bad pitch, but it was a ball. Surprised the kid didn't swing. That's the biggest argument you should have had. He could have hit that ball.
Zach, was you here for the
No.
third baseman? This was the oh yeah, because I made him mad. This is the is this the greatest? This is the
Missing one.
what's it called?
There's a
Mount
couple.
Rushmore of third baseman.
Two, I'm going to bring up
Mount
Wade Boggs
Rushmore of third baseman.
and Terry Pendleton. I'm a Terry Pendleton fan though. But no, I love Chipper. Who's on bottom right?
Eddie Matthews.
That's the one I didn't know. I can't take any of those off.
You're forgetting the one I said Saturday too. Chip should have said it too.
Talking about A-Rod?
Yes,
You got to put him on
He's
there.
the best third baseman of all time.
Yeah.
Is he not?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd kick any of those off.
I mean, like, if you don't, I don't care if you
there
don't
ain't no,
like
there
him
ain't
or
no,
anything
there
like
ain't no
that.
argument. You can't kick any one of those guys off there. As good as all those are,
Somebody's got to come off for A-Rod.
all four of them Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. I would
I mean,
take
you
Brad or
can't-
Matthews off before I would. Chipper's a switch hitter.
Chippers is yeah.
Played left field and third base. Like, he was really freaking good.
Chipper's
Like,
one of my
not a big
favorite
fan
players,
of him, but I mean, he's really good.
but he's not my favorite Brave.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love Terry Pendleton, but
Chip-
I like Terry Pendleton for what Terry did. Terry was a good. He was very much like Tony Gwynn with the bat.
This is one of the things that people. So this guy tweeted out, Kobe is the most skilled player of all time. Context matters. Swap Pippen and Rodman for Kwame and Swoosh, and the GOAT conversation will be different. Why are you switching two Hall
players
of
for
Famers?
two suck players.
Like, so I went in and was like, okay, let's do the comparison. Pippen and Rodman combined for 23 points, Zach. In the 98 Bulls, their last championship, they combined for a grand total of 23 points. Gasol and Bynum
Pippen. I don't think Pippen ever scored 20 when Jordan was his teammate.
once. Gasol and Bynum averaged 33 together. So he wanted to take out Smush Parker and
Right.
Kwame, but not Gasol and Bynum, the two
And
that was leading the team.
Bynum was really good that one year,
Mhm.
and then he went to Philly and sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But Gasol is a great player.
Like Rodman never scored, guys. Like, if y'all want Rodman on your team, and the only reason Jordan wanted Rodman on his team was to get his rebound. And people, I try to explain that to like Tom or someone that's never played basketball. The guards, anyone that shoots, they don't want the big man that could score on their team. Jordan didn't want David Robinson and Patrick Ewing on his team. He wanted someone like Luke Longley and like Dennis Rodman to go get his rebound.
And he wanted Rodman to piss off the other team's best player.
Play defense, yeah. I mean, it's just a fact that it's to me.
I mean, think about this.
If I'm Jordan or I'm a shooter at any point, I don't want my big man scoring, because I'm telling you that, because you get in arguments with the big men that can score. Like, I played with two of them, and both of them are just, neither one of them, you're just like, you see him off you're like, I don't want to talk to him, because they think they should get the ball every time because they're just bigger and stuff, and it just gets to a big problem. I can see why Shaq and Kobe used to not get along, because the guards, I'm telling you, the shooting guards want the big man to shut up, and if they want to score, get my rebound and score yourself. That's how the guards feel.
Imagine being Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, any of those Hakeem. You got to deal with Rodman down below, and you got to worry about Jordan. Like, you got to deal with his crap, but then you got to worry about the best player on the planet. That would be horrible. So, you know you're gonna get shenanigans from Rodman. Who's that?
That was Larry Nance.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was one of the Skywalker or any of the other ones.
No, Larry Nance, another plumber. There's your
George Gervin. Like, you remember him? George Gervin. He came out and looked like. I mean, he was muscular. I mean, these guys ain't.
You
plumbers.
vote yes or no on the Panthers improve?
We talked
Building a
about that.
bar.
That's awful. It's let's hide money.
They're gonna build a bar.
Let's hide some more money.
All right, I think that's all I've got on the Twitter sphere this week. So I do want to make sure. I don't think I do have anything else. But anything specific you wanted to get to besides the NBA
No,
finals?
we're
with the draft coming
once
up?
we hit the finals, like, we're in a lull.
Mm-hmm.
Sports wise, we're in a lull basically until our high school football starts up, our NFL starts up, MLB playoff starts up. So our highlight is going to be the NBA draft, and unfortunately lately the NBA draft has really not been any good.
Well, they've got the Hornets picking all these duds instead of, I don't know. We don't know who they are. A lot of, because you got, your Euro players and your G League Unites and all those that you really don't know.
It'd be interesting to see how the Panthers come out this year. It's rumored that Bryce Young has beefed up a good bit, so I'm going to think he's going to look very similar to, I hate to say it, but Kyler Murray, with a little bit more muscular, not just like, real thin, but he probably needed to beef up a little bit. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see how he works out with his with the new coach that's offensive minded like he is, and maybe get the right offense around him.
See if there's any other stuff.
Because we only got a couple years, and once we're after that couple years, we're not giving him that rookie contract if he don't do well.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to go on that one. Golf, that just Bryson DeChambeau is carrying the U.S. Open trophy all around Nashville this week, as the Liv is playing this week in Nashville immediately after the
That's
tournament.
awesome.
So he's carrying around, letting people touch it and everything. 8 of the 12 golfers, Liv golfers, did make the cut. We talked a few minutes ago a little bit about letting the guys get exemptions to other tournaments. For TV.
What if they did this? And I know we're fixing to wrap it up, but what if they did this? Why don't they put a tournament together at the Masters for those guys?
You got qualifying, like the U.S. Open has its own qualifying.
I mean,
so
I'm not
it's
talking
British
about even
Open.
qualifying. I might get in all the old timers, like an old timers game. Would that not be fun?
Senior Masters.
Yeah, would that not be great?
I don't know if they have a seniors. They got a seniors Masters. Yeah, I think they play it. I think the women's play.
But the Tigers and the Fields and all these guys who are that age don't play. Invite them all. Let them go out there and knock it around a little bit. Bring back Ernie. Bring back VJ. Bring back Jim Furyk and all those guys. Let them go out there. It'd be fun.
They debating the biggest threat to the Celtics there. I don't see them as just like I don't see any of these teams building dynasties. Like, the Nuggets won their one, and we talked about how great they were and unbeatable, and they got one.
And then you have to start losing your bench players. And when you start losing your role players and you're stuck to that 3 or 4, then you're vulnerable. That's the one thing that the Celtics had this year. They were a deep team. They're going to get dismantled. They're going to have their top 3, and then we'll see what they are again next year. But they said the big 3 is over now. Like, the super teams.
Well, they got LeBron trying to go to Phoenix.
Oh, that would be a complete disaster.
If they don't, so Bronny has only worked out with Phoenix and LA. So,
what if you're JJ?
and he don't sign with you? I'd be happy.
I mean,
But he obviously they're gonna pick him. I think they're picking him with that first round pick. What was it, 17th or something like that?
and again, you're talking about the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how far the Lakers have fallen to hire JJ Redick because LeBron's the coach of the team. And then you're going to pick his son, and you're dependent on your star, with the name the Lakers have got. It's funny.
I know I've missed something the last few weeks that I haven't got with you. Let's see if I can find my name and stuff and get back through it, because there was a few we skipped over a couple weeks ago. Other than that, Zach, sorry for the folks at home or whatever. Just trying to get through some of this for today and get ready for tomorrow.
You don't understand how top heavy the championships have been until you start looking at the championships and you see that Boston's got one more than LA, and then the next one down is Golden State. It's 7 for all-time championships in the NBA.
Did you hear the Larry Allen talk?
I did. It's very good.
Okay, I want to make sure. You heard that. Electric. No, okay. I guess. Oh, we didn't talk about that because I was going to bring that up next Saturday. NC State backed out of the
proposed every year deal or every other year deal.
One of the games of Appalachian, and we replaced it with Boise State. So we're going to we're playing a real national title contender instead of fake football team like NC State. They backed out. You believe that? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because they see what happened to Carolina.
just terrible. They backed out. That's an NC State thing too to make fun of. I do remember seeing this crazy thing. All right. Well, we're gonna see you guys next week. Remember, Saturday mornings 8 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. Mulligan's Friday nights is karaoke night, right, Zach?
Yeah, 7 to 10. Fish night, I believe it's $22. You get fish, shrimp, hush puppies, fries. Very good deal. We'll be out there tonight. Scott Richards will be running the karaoke.
All right, folks. See you Saturday morning. KC Brock.